Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We're continuing our journey through Erik H. Jansen's retelling of the Book of Enoch.
That's right.
This is our sixth deep dive out of 8 planned.
Getting deep into it now.
Definitely. And today we're tackling 2 Enoch, the Book of Secrets. If you've been with us, you know we're uncovering some really fascinating stuff.
We really are. And with 2 Enoch, the focus shifts a bit. We're looking hard at, well, 2 big things.
Okay.
First, this intense theme of holy living. How do you stay righteous when the world around you isn't?
A timeless question, really.
Absolutely. And second, it's cosmology, this really specific 10-heaven structure. It's quite unique.
Yeah, that 10-heaven model is interesting. It's not just, a random number.
No, not at all.
It seems to have connections, possibly to Hellenistic ideas about the cosmos, right?
That's the thinking, yeah. It might have influenced later Jewish mysticism and maybe even early Christian views.
Like Paul mentioning being caught up to the third heaven, people connect that.
Exactly. It shows how these ideas weren't in isolation. They sort of flowed and mingled in the ancient world.
And our guide through this is Erik H. Jansen's retelling, 2 Enoch, the Book of Secrets.
He does a great job making this ancient text accessible, letting us really get into these themes of righteousness and this layered cosmos.
Okay, so let's jump into the story itself, the vision into Enoch.
Yeah.
It starts very personally, doesn't it? How's the scene set?
Yeah, it's very evocative. We find Enoch, he's 365 years old.
Symbolic age.
Very. He's in his house, it's night, just an oil lamp burning, quiet, contemplative.
Almost like he's waiting for something. Even though he's had visions before, there's this sense of restlessness.
Exactly that, a restlessness. He feels this pull, like there's something more, something beyond the earth he knows, a call.
And then that quiet is shattered.
Completely. Suddenly the room just fills with this intense light, brighter than anything earthly, almost alive.
And out of this light,
2 figures appear, angels, majestic ones.
the description is amazing, tall, like pillars of dewdrops in moonlight.
Beautiful imagery, silver garments, eyes full of wisdom. You get this immediate sense of their divine nature.
And they have a message for him.
Direct and clear. Enoch, servant of the Holy One, the Almighty calls you to behold his hidden kingdoms. Arise and follow us. A divine summons, no ambiguity there.
Wow. How does Enoch react? I mean, that would be overwhelming.
Totally. His first reaction is humility. Like, why me? I'm just a mortal man. Maybe a little fear too.
Understandable.
But his faith takes over. He trusts them, these messengers, and he agrees to go. He begins to ascend with them.
And the ascent itself, how's that described? It's not like climbing stairs, I imagine.
No, more like floating. Weightless. Like a feather on a breeze, just rising up. The earth just shrinks away below.
Must have been surreal.
Absolutely. And the angel's wings are described as luminous, carrying him through space, past the stars. It conveys this immense scale, a wonder that's hard to put into words,
Yeah. But even then, his thoughts go back to his family. Methuselah, Noah.
That's right. It keeps him grounded, in a way. He's not just a visionary, he's a father, a patriarch. What he learns impacts his lineage.
Okay, so he's rising, first stop. The first heaven, what's that like?
The first heaven is this vast, sort of breathing plane, clouds of light drifting around. It feels elemental.
Elemental.
Yeah, like the source of nature's forces. There are these crystal chambers, rain and snow, like divine storage units, basically, guarded by angels with these striking emerald eyes.
Protecting the essentials for life on Earth.
Seems like it. It suggests divine control, provision.
Here's a sound.
Yeah, soft music like rustling leaves. An angel explains it's the breath of creation. This is where storms start, where dewdrops are made, where winds are sent out.
So it's peaceful, but also active, the source of weather. And he sees a loom.
Right, a loom of light. Angels are literally weaving the seasons there.
Weaving the seasons, that's incredible.
It really pictures the order behind it all. And then a guardian shows him this vessel full of dewdrops, each one named, each with a purpose.
Every single dewdrop, the level of detail in creation. Wow.
It's mind-blowing. And this connects to the covenant, the rainbow after the flood, hope, which makes Enoch think of Noah naturally.
Okay, from that realm of creation's breath, he goes up to the second heaven. And the mood changes drastically.
Oh, completely. The second heaven is heavy, full of sorrow, a stark contrast.
Why the sorrow?
He sees them, the fallen watchers, the ones who rebelled, who wounded the earth, as the text says.
The ones from the earlier Enoch narratives.
Exactly. They're in chains of shadow, wings broken, faces full of regret. It's a powerful image of the consequences of rebellion.
And the angel confirms this.
Yep. It says, "These are they who wounded the earth, Their rebellion brought chaos, and now they await God's judgment. Pretty clear cut.
Seeing them must have hit Enoch hard, connecting their celestial fall to the Nephilim and the chaos on Earth.
No doubt. He knew the stories, the impact, seeing the source. Well, it stirs pity in him. He actually prays for mercy for them.
Even for the fallen. Shows his character. Are there other angels there?
Yes, the Grigori who stayed faithful. They're in a circle, mourning their lost brothers. Their wings are described as dimmed by sorrow.
So even the faithful feel the pain of that division.
Deeply. One of them speaks to Enoch, saying something like, "We're loyal to God, but we grieve for our brothers." It shows the complexity, the pain even in the heavens.
And Enoch connects with them.
He does. He shows empathy. And as he does, this soft light comes from his fingers, a sign of God's mercy flowing through him.
Wow.
And he offers them comfort, encouragement, showing his growing role, his understanding.
All right, moving up again, the third heaven. This one sounds complex, paradise and punishment.
Exactly. It's a realm of duality, light and shadow coexisting. On one side, paradise, beautiful garden, ruby and sapphire trees, streams of honey and light.
Sounds lovely.
And the righteous are there. Patriarch Enoch actually recognizes, the angel calls it, the rest of the blessed.
Reward for a good life.
Pretty much. But right next to it, a dark abyss.
The flip side.
Yeah. Sinners in chains, groaning, waiting for judgment. The contrast is stark. Paradise and this place of torment, side by side, really drives home the consequences of choices.
And Enoch learns something important about God's plan here.
He sees the scales of God's plan, mercy and justice, held in balance. It's not arbitrary, it's measured.
Which must make him feel even more responsible to warn people.
Definitely. He needs to tell his children, his descendants, about the importance of choosing right.
And he has a personal encounter here too, doesn't he?
A very significant one. He meets his own father, Jared.
In paradise.
Yes. And Jared encourages him warmly. Says something like, "Your heart is faithful, my son. Your words will carry the world."
Wow. That must have been incredibly powerful for Enoch. Affirmation from his father in heaven itself.
Absolutely. It strengthens his resolve, validates his mission. He vows right then to preserve Jared's words, knowing their importance.
Okay, onwards and upwards. The fourth heaven. This sounds more cosmic. Celestial bodies.
It is. It's described as this amazing spectacle of fire and rhythm. He sees the sun as a golden chariot, the moon like a silver disk, and the stars are singing, moving in these eternal orbits. A cosmic dance.
This beautiful chaos. Or is there order?
Oh, definite order. Angels of the seasons are guiding the flow of day and night, the celestial movements. The guiding angel tells him, "Behold, the clock of creation."
The clock of creation. So it's all part of a divine mechanism.
Exactly. Meticulously designed. Imagine seeing that, especially for Enoch, who we know studied the stars from Earth.
Yeah, it would put everything in perspective. The order of the heavens versus the messiness of sin on Earth.
A powerful contrast for sure. It reinforces God's power and the harmony possible when you align with his order.
And he receives something here. A map.
A very special one. An angel, wings like molten gold apparently, gives him a scroll made of light, calls it the map of the heavens, written for the righteous to understand God's time.
A map of time and space, written by God.
Seems like it. It shows planetary orbits, cycles, the inner workings, and the angel tells Enoch, "Write what you see."
Again, emphasizing his role as scribe, as witness.
It's crucial. His testimony is the point.
After seeing this cosmic clockwork, the journey goes higher. Does the feeling change?
It does. Beyond the fourth heaven, the air gets very still. Enoch feels the presence of the Holy One much more intensely. The angels become more reverent as they lead him up this ladder of light. Things are getting serious.
It sounds like it. So, the fifth heaven. We revisit the Watcher's theme.
We do, but from a different angle. This heaven is filled with quiet mourning, like a heavy mist. He sees the Grigori again.
The faithful ones.
Yes, but here their faces are shadowed, wings dull, still lamenting their fallen brothers, bearing that sorrow.
So even the faithful carry the weight of others' sin.
It seems so. The angel explains, these are the watchers who remain faithful, yet they bear the sorrow of their kin. Shows how interconnected they are, how sin ripples outwards.
And Enoch offers comfort again.
He does. His empathy just keeps growing.
And he gets another vision related to their fall.
Yeah, one of the Grigori shows him a vision. Earth ravaged by the Nephilim. The real, brutal consequences.
A reminder of the stakes.
Definitely. And the message is, behold the wounds. Through faithfulness, Enoch, your words will show the way. His mission is reinforced again.
Okay, the sixth heaven. This sounds more positive. Harmony and order.
Much more positive. It's like a sanctuary of divine order. Angels with rainbow wings are weaving the fabric of the world, guiding nature.
Weaving the world.
Yeah.
And there are scrolls.
Floating scrolls of light, yeah. Inscribed with the mysteries of creation, shows the depth of God's knowledge. And he sees vessels, like containers, filled with prayers rising up.
Prayers from earth.
Yeah, glowing like torches. A direct line, showing prayer actually reaches heaven has an effect.
That's a comforting image. God's plan in action.
Totally. The angel says, "Behold the garden of God's plan. Every flower and mountain sings of his care. Everything has purpose, is cared for."
And he sees something specific about his own family.
Yes, a vessel of prayers just for his descendants, Methuselah, Noah included, and the angel reassures him about their future faithfulness, gives him hope.
Moving higher still. The seventh heaven. This sounds like the big leagues.
You can say that. It's radiant glory. The air trembles with divine power. This is the heavenly council.
Archangels. The throne.
Archangels surrounding a throne of pure light, wings pulsing with fire, myriads of beings singing praises. The angel says, "This is the court of God's servants." It's the center of heavenly governance.
Intense. And he meets another major figure here.
He does, the archangel Gabriel.
What does Gabriel say?
Gabriel acknowledges Enoch's visions are important, a beacon, but then he asks a tough question. "But the world will stray. How will you guide it?" Puts the pressure back on Enoch.
How does Enoch handle that? Does he feel up to it?
He actually expresses doubt, understandable humility, right? How can he guide a straying world?
Yeah.
But Gabriel reassures him, tells him, "Your faithfulness is enough, right? And the Holy One will speak. His job is to be the faithful witness, the scribe. God will do the rest."
That's powerful. Faithfulness is the key. Okay, eighth heaven, Muzaloth. What's the focus here?
Time and seasons. It's described as a dome of stars where the seasons actually begin.
The source point.
Yeah. The 12 constellations are there, like guardians of time and nature, and angels are weaving the seasons, another layer of that cosmic clockwork we saw earlier.
So intricate.
Incredibly. The angel just says, "Behold, Muzaloth." Like, take it in. This is how it works.
And the journey isn't over yet. He goes beyond the stars.
He does. Beyond the starry dome, into the sea of pure light. It's like approaching the very edge of everything. Enoch feels this mix of intense longing and, well, fear. He's nearing the ultimate reality.
Wow. Ninth heaven, Kuchavim, more stars.
A vast canopy of constellations, yeah.
Yeah.
But here they're called guardians of the ages. Angels guide them, whispering about creation's order.
Guardians of the ages. So it's about cosmic history, maybe?
Seems like it. Order across time. And here, an angel shows him a glimpse of the final future.
What does he see?
A new heaven and earth for the righteous and for the wicked. A plain of fire. The final judgment. The ultimate destinies laid bare.
Intense. And finally, the 10th heaven, Erevath, the end of the line.
The summit, the ultimate destination. A sanctuary of light, fire, crystal. This is where the Holy One's throne is.
He sees God.
He beholds the Holy One. Cherubim, seraphim are there. It's the heart of divinity, the culmination of everything.
And what happens to Enoch there?
Archangel Michael lifts him up, clothes him in garments of light, a transformation, and the Holy One speaks directly to him.
What's the message?
Write my truth, Enoch. Let your descendants know my ways, the core command.
And he receives the tools to do it.
Yes. Pravui, an angel of knowledge, gives him books of divine wisdom. He stays in Erevath for 30 days, learning, witnessing creation, understanding God's laws.
30 days in the presence of God.
Yeah.
Incredible. Then he has to come back.
He does. The angels guide him back down to earth.
And what's the first thing he does?
Under the stars, he gathers his children. He shares everything he saw, everything he learned. But the core message is God's holy love.
So it's not just about cosmology or judgment, but love.
That seems to be the foundation. But he also teaches about mercy, warns strongly against unrighteousness. He tells them about the city of light he saw and the abyss. The choice is crucial.
And he makes sure the message lasts.
Absolutely. He commands his son Methuselah to preserve his writings carefully, to make sure this knowledge isn't lost.
And then Enoch's own ending. It's not exactly normal.
Not at all. After 30 days back on Earth, he ascends again, this time for good. He becomes a star.
Literally becomes a star.
That's how it's described. A light in the heavens. His children watch, weeping but also in awe. And his final recorded thought sums it all up.
What is it?
What is eternity if it does not serve God's love?
Wow. A profound end to an incredible journey, and a great place to pause our deep dive into To Enoch, the Book of Secrets.
Absolutely. We've covered that unique 10-heaven structure, maybe influenced by Hellenistic ideas, and that central theme of pursuing holiness in a difficult world.
And seeing how it might connect to later Jewish mysticism, even early Christian thought like Paul's third heaven, it really makes you think about how these ideas traveled.
It really does. The interconnectedness is fascinating.
So for you listening, here's something to ponder from this deep dive. How does this idea of a layered heaven, this intricate cosmic structure shown into Enoch, affect how you think about the divine, about our own place in the universe?
Yeah, it definitely gives you a lot to chew on regarding righteousness, judgment, and the hidden, maybe structured order underlying everything.
Plenty to think about. Until our next deep dive, keep exploring those depths.